Hello everyone, I hope everybody is doing well. So this reading is going to be on John Paul Miller, who is the husband of Mica Miller. She was found deceased with a self-inflicted wound at Lumber River Park in, I believe, North Carolina. There's been a lot of speculation and concerns regarding her husband, who is Pastor John Paul Miller. He has been found to have been abusing her, stalking her. He was the pastor of Solid Rock Church in Myrtle Beach. She had filed for a divorce from him with a no contact order a few days before she was found deceased. So currently the FBI, I believe, is looking into the finances. So I'm going to take a look at, because I want to see what his mindset is at this time. So we'll shuffle and just take a look at the bottom. Okay. Third eye chakra. This is making me feel like I didn't see this coming. I think he has not anticipated that his life was going to fall apart to this degree. I think that if you see my other reading on Mica, that she kind of planned this whole exposure of him, and I think that he is realizing that he got played. He didn't see his downfall coming at all. He was just used to getting away with anything he wanted. So he is pretty much in a state of shock at this time. So we'll shuffle and we'll dig deeper. So there's been a lot of info coming out lately about him, John Paul Miller. He was up to a lot of shady business. Same with his father. He knows this is it for him. He's going down. He knows he's going down. I suspect he's going to be arrested soon. Fertility again, eh? And sacral chakra, which is like I want. He's like, I want to get out of this. He wants to continue on with his life, all his projects, but he knows that he's going down. The FBI, I guess, is looking into his lawyer also. Something about funds with a, mission. Actually, I want to keep shuffling. Sacral chakra. Base chakra. This is what Pastor John Paul's problem is. He wants what he wants and he thinks he can have it, but that's not how things work. he is an entitled person who thinks that everyone should do what he says when he says. He can have whatever he wants whenever he wants. He doesn't care who tries to stand in his way. Shadow? Harmony. Yeah. The relationship is getting exposed. Yeah. The way he treats women is being exposed. I think he thought that, like, look at that. This man has, like, a lot of addictions. I just heard the word coke. I think he has a cocaine problem. And I just heard beer. Firm foundation and love begins. He is a man that cannot love, like actually love. I think he lacks empathy. Like he doesn't feel other people's pain. Only his own. Foundations and achievements. Emotional loss. I feel like JP has nothing in his life that has not been created by someone else. Everything that he has was pushed on him by, I believe, his father. He never was able to choose a life that is his own. Everything has been decided for him. So I think he has like deep-seated resentment because his life is a lie. I feel like Mica was like something that he considered to be his own. I think he chose her, but I'm feeling like his previous wife was not his choice. I feel like she was like pushed upon him, but Mica was something in his life that he decided. Well, everything else is forced upon him. New beginnings in reverse, temptation in reverse. I feel like he is in a downward spiral. I feel like he is gonna succumb to one of his addictions at this time. I think he's just like sunk himself into his addictions. Emotional loss. disruption. He does not feel bad about Mica. And I feel like his addictions are a way to feel something. What is up with this guy? Like, it's like he's like a zombie walking around. It's like there's like nothing going on like internally with him. His whole life has been picked out for him. Except for Mica. Mica was something that he chose for himself, and that's why he couldn't let her go. Third eye chakra, he saw the murder, sacrifice. How did he see the murder? He saw her get murdered. I don't know if maybe it was like live streamed or something, or videotaped, but he was able to see the murder. I'm not sure if that's during or afterwards. He could not stand seeing Mica move on with her life without him. Wisdom, conflict, and defeat. He knows he's done. I think he thinks that God is going to help him, but I don't think that's the case. I think he thinks he's gonna get out of this, but I don't think so. Shadow, secrets. This is also like, he is like one face to the world, but behind closed doors, a nightmare. Yeah. This is what he feels right now because his life is headed down the drain. Yeah. His secrets are no longer there. It's done. He is being exposed. Destiny. It was gonna happen sooner or later. And it's time. Mental conflict. What he's hiding is that he himself is mentally ill. I think it came out that he's bipolar, but I think there's like more going on than that. But he hides it. Discontent and boredom. This is his life. Moving forward. I feel like these symbolize bars, like prison bars. I think that discontent and boredom is because he's going to be locked up. Victory and success. I feel like this is what he thought his life was going to be forever. That he was always going to get away with anything he did. I feel like he may be a little bit delusional at times, thinking that everything is going to be fine, but it's not. And he knows it's not. Hope. I feel like to me this feels like him using Mica's mental illness as an excuse. And I also think that he may use this as a defense. That he was, that he is mentally ill himself. I think that's the route he's gonna go down, insanity. Passion ignited. To me, this is giving like mental illness vibes also. I think we're gonna start seeing more episodes from him, like mentally ill episodes, like the video, because I think he's gonna try and use that as a defense. I think his mental illness is like legit in play here. Like, I think he's actually having like a mental break. I think there's some truth to this. Like, I think he is mentally ill, and I think we're gonna see more of it. Movement, choices, and decisions. He's trying to figure out how he's gonna get out of this. There's an element of like thinking he's Superman, like he's invincible, but no. Yeah. He's gonna use his mental illness as a defense. And I think he's also going to use it as a way to keep his congregation. I think he's going to start speaking about it from this card. He's going to start talking more about his mental illness so people feel sorry for him. Financial and material changes. I think he's overspending money right now, which is a symptom of bipolar in the manic phase. Spending a lot of money. We're going to see more of that. He just changed his truck, put new tires on it or something, but I think we're going to see a lot more manifestations of his mental illness. In terms of like money. Solar plexus chakra, which is like, I can. He thinks he can fix this. He's being strategic right now. How can I get out of this? And his strategy is playing his mental illness up. We're going to see him talking about it more. We're going to see him acting out more. Which is like, I would say like 50% lies and 50% the truth. He's definitely mentally ill. But I think he's going to exaggerate it. Because he's going to use it as a defense. Spiritual union. Patience. Yeah. Over time, we're going to see more. Rejoice in celebration. I think he's going around trying to win people over at this time. Spiritual strength. This is my death card. I think he is gonna start talking about Mica like she's his soulmate. I also think that everything that he said about Mica, he's gonna start saying about himself. I think he actually thinks that Mica was his soulmate. He killed his soulmate. And I think he's gonna blame it on mental illness. Patience again. Patience and planning. This guy is behind the scenes plotting and scheming. And he's doing it methodically. But there's definitely mental illness is a big coming through very strongly. I'm telling you, that's his strategy in every single form. If he gets busted, it's his defense. To get the congregation back, it's his reason. He's planning it all out. He's planning how he can come out into the public and act like he's mentally ill. Recognition and reward. I also feel like this is his alibi. He purposely made himself visible in public on the day that she died, Mica. But he made sure to be seen. But the thing is, he saw her death somehow. I don't know if it's by video. I think her death was filmed and he's seen it. Power. There's something. There was it feels like a. It's gonna sound weird, but this feels like an explosion of gratification when Mica died. It's he felt like he gained power. It's he is extinguished the threat. But he's just gonna keep on harping on the fact that Mica was mentally ill, and that's why she died. But he is definitely behind her death. And he feels like he killed his soulmate, which gave him power. Which is so weird, but rest and rejuvenate. He may check himself into a mental institution. Yeah, I think he's gonna check himself into a mental institution because he needs a record for his defense. Again, the third eye chakra. He made himself visible that day that Mica died on purpose. His alibi was crafted so that he would not be blamed for her death. But he's seen it. He's seen her death. Definitely video of it. I'm just gonna pull one more round. Love begins. Oh God. I feel like there's someone else. I don't know if it's that blonde lady we've seen him with, but he's gonna get into a new relationship if he's not already. I feel scared for her because this guy is like, has got a lot of issues. I don't think that I feel like he felt that he could not move on if Mica was still around. It's like the ultimate control. Her death is like a form of the ultimate control. So now that she's gone, he can move on. Trapped in fear. Yeah, I think he's gonna check himself into the hospital. And I feel like he's also gonna do that to like get off the street. But I mean, the police can come arrest you in a hospital, can they not? He's gonna be scared in that hospital. But I mean, if you're deemed incompetent for trial, gonna check himself, I think, into the hospital, and while he's there, he's gonna be scared. Authority. Yeah, like the police. This was just like for the benefit of the police. I'm also wondering if there's like police involvement. Somehow. But this is definitely his alibi, which was carefully constructed that he would be seen out in public so no one could blame him. Okay, some info came out in that reading, but I think for the, let's see, one, he's got issues. His whole life has been crafted for him. Mica was the one thing that he had chosen for himself. So when she wanted to leave, he felt lost because she was, his. Couldn't handle moving on with his life without her, so he made the ultimate decision. So I feel like for Mica it was about exposure, but I don't feel like that's what he was thinking about until after. What his main focus was that his possession, his, I feel like only possession, was leaving. Absolutely everything in his life was picked by someone else except for Mica. I feel like we're going to see more displays of his mental illness. And I think especially when his money really starts to dwindle. And I also feel like we're going to see a lot of his mental illness displayed through money. I feel like we may see him check himself into the hospital, and he's doing that out of fear because his defense is going to be that he is mentally ill. His alibi was carefully constructed. He made sure that he was out in public with several people for the police's sake. But he knows he's in trouble. As far as he's concerned, I think he thinks his life is over, but he's not giving up yet because he has a card to play, which is legit mental illness. So I'm going to end that here. Please let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time. Bye.